What is up, guys? FIFA Strike HD here, bringing you Season 2 of the Newcastle Career Mode. And this is going to be a long video, but I highly recommend you stay for the whole thing because we do make some great signings. But I'm just going to show you the squad so far. This is what it was at the end of the season. You know, where people are at, what is their overall, and basically what the squad was at the end of the season. And you'll see it's a little different after this, probably about maybe close to 15-minute video, but it's definitely worth watching it because you guys see who I will pick up, who I get rid of, and all the other things along the road. We actually do not even play a game in this. This is just so much stuff going on in the transfer market, but we do come in and they give us the objectives. They want us to reach the semifinals in the Champions Cup, and I was like, alright, that's doable. I think I can do that. You know, with this Newcastle team, with this great team that we have, we can do it. And the Domestic Cup, obviously, reach the final. Definitely doable, like I was saying, with this Newcastle squad, who is very good now. I think we can definitely do it. And we just get the other emails, you know, important transfer market, blah blah, and then youth squad monthly report. If you guys remember from the end of the season, it is this guy, and I was like, alright, you know what, we'll give him a shot. I don't know where he's going to play on the field yet, but we will give him a shot and see what it is. Estimated worth, I didn't even look at that, 300,000, so it shouldn't have been worth it, but I did do it anyway. But these are our objectives. We do want to get into the Champions Cup and pretty much everything there, but then I'm going to show you who I searched for. I was like, alright, we need some defenders. We do have some center backs. We need some wing, like some outside backs. We need some fast ones, some left backs, some right backs. So let's see who we can get if we search them. And right here you see I was like, Jordi Alba, no, we don't need him. So we go down a little further and we find Danilo, and I'm going to slow this down a good amount so you can see, because I went through his stats pretty fast. But for a right back, he has ridiculous stats. Unbelievable long shots, unbelievable side tackling, stand tackling for right back, 3-star skill, 3-star weak foot. Definitely a great player. So I was like, alright, I'm definitely going to inquire about him. So I do send an inquire about Danilo. 21 years old, still very young. And I go down a little bit and I see David Alaba, and I was like, alright, I remember him. Really fast. Like, again, I'll slow this down so you guys can see his stats. Unbelievable stats. This is all after one season. This is not how they start out. Remember, we are in season 2, but very good stats. And then 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. And I was like, alright, yes. Danilo and David Alaba are definitely the people that I'm going to try to go after right now. And then you see me just looking at some other people, but I was like, no, these two are fine. We are set with them. So then I think we searched the free agent, because a lot of you guys were like, alright, search the free agents, try to find some people. I thought about Quaresma for a second. Maybe I could sell him on, kind of like Ultimate Team, making a little bit more money, but nah, I decided against it. But you're going to see if we actually do come up against some, or come across some people in the free agents, and you will see there actually are some very good free agent. But I decided to switch it up and switch the minimum age, max age to 23, and this is where it's sorted out perfectly. And I find this goalkeeper right here, 18 years old, Zat Smith, and I was like, alright, 80 strength, weird for a goalkeeper, 5-star weak foot, what? And then 80 reflexes. I was like, alright, I gotta sign this guy for only 3K as a wage. Definitely have to sign him. But he does want 6K, and I was like, alright, I have money to blow, so let's try to sign an 18-year-old 72 goalkeeper. Put him as a squad rotation. I will definitely pick him up. So we do find that little gem in the free agent. So for telling you guys, thank you guys for putting it in the free agent. If you guys are new to my channel, guys, check out the free agents in career mode, because they really do come up with some great people. Thank you guys for that. And you're going to see there's one more person. I was like, what the heck? How is this guy good? I know it's going fast, but it's not close to the guy. I decided to go down a little bit more. I do find this striker who has some good pace, good, decent striker, but I was like, nah. So we go down a little bit more, and we do find a center attacking mid. Not this one, the next one down. You're going to see an absolute beast. Ashley Price. Look at this guy. Alright, I'll slow it down a little bit. Stats, alright, yeah, stats, but then over here, 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves from Wales, 18 years old. I was like, oh, how has no one found them? How has Man City not found him? How has Real Madrid not found him? How has Barcelona not found him? But I found him. Newcastle, literally Newcastle that we are, we do find this absolute beast. I was like, I have to snatch this guy up real quick. For $3,000 a week, definitely worth it for 4 years. Squad rotation player, definitely going to sign him. So I do decide to sign him, and if I do sound a little different, sorry. I know I have been getting a little sick, but you know, it's just a winter bug going around. So hopefully I can get over that. But we do end up trying to sign those players, and then I was like, all right, bringing more players in, we got to get rid of some players. So we do put Taylor on the transfer window because, you know, he's getting old. Simpson, I was like, all right, we don't need him anymore. We are getting Danilo and David Alba if they sign with our club, and then I put a lot of people on loan to see if some clubs can pick them up, because I'm not going to play with them in our club because they're not as good as they are supposed to be right now, so they can't be in the club, so we're just going to put them on loan. I put a ton of people, and we do try to transfer list good, and then we do get the inquiries. David Alaba is a little cheaper, but Danilo overall I think is a little better. But you see me here, I do put in a offer. I do add a player, and I was like, all right, who can we add for a player? And I was like, oh wait, we just put Simpson on to, or we just put Simpson onto the transfer list, so why don't we just add him? So we do decide to try to do 13.5 million and Simpson. I might go down to 12. I think I do 12.5 million and Simpson. Hopefully they will accept that offer. And then I didn't do Alaba, or I do Alaba right now. I was like, all right, so we want to get one or the other. I don't know if we can get both. So I was like, all right, I'll lower it down to about 6 million, 5K, and I'll also offer Simpson. So I do offer Simpson to Alaba as well, or to Bayern Munich, should I say. And we do 5.5 million to see if they can accept that. So we do submit it over right there. And as time goes by, we did inquire about Grimaldo. Remember the guy? He is the future star from Barcelona B, who I did look at the end. It was probably about 3 episodes ago. But I was like, all right, let's put some players in. I was like, who am I not playing? Paul Dumas is a left back already. So we go. I was like, James Trevor. I was like, no, he's a little bit better than him. So we do put Paul Dumas, who is valued at 500,000. I was like, 1,500,000. All right, maybe we can get him for that. So we do get an offer for Krul, and you know me, I'm going to reject that right away. And then the guy from the youth academy does accept my offer. And I was like, all right, perfect. I was confused at first who it was, but Zach Smith, the 18-year-old, the young goalkeeper, does accept our contract offer, so we do get him in the squad. And I think I actually decided to put him on loan right off the bat. I'm not positive. You can see I was a little confused about who that guy was, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the scouting guy. And then we do get an offer for David Santon for 12 million. I was like, nah, we can't get him. I can't get rid of him. So Ashley Price does accept our offer of 4 years. It's 3 million per year, or per week, sorry. 3,000 per week. Sorry, I can't really talk right now. It's a sickness, I'm telling you. And so we just got a 5-star skill, 5-star weak foot player. Unbelievable. So they do, as I thought, they did decline our offer for Danilo. So we decided to up it by 3 million. Hopefully that will, you know, persuade them. And obviously the Alaba, they do deny it. So I was like, all right, fine, we'll up it by 3 million. It's still less than what he is, or they think they want for him, but I think we can get him for that. And Grimaldo, it is also, so they were like 1.7 million. I was like, all right, 700,000 left. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna just give you guys a 700,000, and hopefully we can pick you guys up. We'll give you what you want, and if you guys still don't want it, that's just rude of you. So hopefully they do it. But they do accept. Bayern Munich do accept for David Alaba. And we send over a contract offer for 4 years, 50,000 a week. Pretty expensive. I make him a crucial first-team player, get his hopes up and getting. So that was like, all right. So they accepted it for Simpson. So now we have to change a different one for Danilo. So I was like, all right, who can we give? Who do we not need? Who do we not need? And then I see it right here. Here it comes up. Gabriel Oberton. I was like, I'm not going to use you. So we decide to send him over, and I think I up it by a little bit. Yeah, I up it by 2 million, which, you know, I think I could have got away with just doing 15 million or 16 million, but we do get one for Ba right here, and I was like, nah, reject him. He was great for us this season. We can get a little bit more out of him. And when the Barcelona B does accept our offer for Grimaldo, so we end up trying to get him to sign a contract for 4 years, 44,000 a week. So hopefully we can pick him up. And then you do see David Alaba does sign our contract, so we do accept it and we put him into the squad. So David Alaba, the first signing of this transfer window, beautiful. And then we get one for Cisse from Man United, and I was like, nah, he was still great for us last year. We're going to keep him. And then you see, I was like, all right, we got Alaba. We're trying to get Danilo as well. So we're going to have to put MB, who is still very young, on loan. So that way he doesn't get mad if we don't play him. But as you can see, FC Porto does accept the offer for Danilo. So we just got David Alaba and Danilo, two great outside backs. And Danilo actually wants a cheaper wage, $45,000 a week for 4 years. And I said an important team player, so not as much. And it looks like Grimaldo does accept our contract offer from a little bit before, so we do get the young left back, 67 overall. And I think I decided to put him on loan, but with us getting all these left back and right backs, I was like, all right, we don't need Ryan Taylor anymore, so I do put him on the transfer list, and hopefully someone can pick him up because he was a great player. But, you know, if he takes all our free kicks, we need a free kick taker. And you guys suggested before this guy as a free kick taker. His name is Canteros, I believe it is. I believe I said it right. Hector Canteros, 24 years old, 80 overall. But look at these for free kick stats. Holy shit. Unbelievable free kick stats. You guys just know him so right. And he's really got 84 stand tackle. So 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot. So nothing to complain about there. So I was like, all right, why don't we inquire about him? So we do inquire about Hector Canteros, and then you guys suggested one more person who is pretty well known, but I was like, alright, fine, I'll check him out. It is Kelvin, the 5-star skiller Brazilian from FC Porto as well, so maybe we can get Danilo a teammate. And you see, he's so fast. He's 20 years old, so very, very cheap. But 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, unbelievable youngster right there. And I was like, all right, we'll inquire about him. So we do inquire about him, and then we come back with him, 9.5 for Calvin. And I was like, all right, Hector Gateo, 17 million. Jeez, that's expensive. I was like, all right, I can get rid of a player and maybe get him a little cheaper, because as you can see, we don't have that much transfer budget. So I was looking through, I was like, maybe DeMarcos. I was like, no, we just picked him up and he's got great stamina. Hector Ginteros, the only thing, he does have like 50 some odd stamina, so it's someone who you want to bring in. Hopefully that will increase as we go on. I was like, all right, we don't use Dan Gosling, so why don't we get rid of him? And I bring the transfer offered sum to 13 million. Hopefully they will accept that, and you're gonna see Danilo does accept my contract from before. So we picked up Grimaldo, we picked up David Alba, we picked up Danilo, so our left back, right back position is set. And then Villarreal comes back and we were like, unfortunately we cannot go ahead with the deal, they are not interested in Gosling. I was like, I don't care, I'm just gonna still accept it. But I was like, alright, dang it, now we don't have enough because we just picked up Danilo. So we do have to switch things now. I was like, oh dang, we still don't have enough. So we had to ask for some extra funds. I did ask for 10 million, like you know, I did ask for it before, and I switched the cup to reach the final, to win the cup is what I changed our things for. So we do get an email back, and they don't do 10 million, but they do 4.4, and I was like, all right, that's doable. You know, I accept that because we're signing a lot of people, so I was like, all right, I'll accept that offer. So we do get 4.4 million, and that is enough to sign Quinteros. We will see. We do put it up to 15 million, maybe 16. Yeah, we do go up to 16 or 15.5, I believe it was. No, 15 million is what we stay at, and we do get a transfer offer for Curtis Good. And I was like, all right, you're young, but we're not going to use you, so goodbye. Send you off. We do free up some budget. Sorry about that, with that little thing. And then they do accept it for our Gosling at 15 million. So he wants 60,000 a week for 3 years. Sorry, and I say he's going to be a crucial first-team player. So we do submit this offer. There's my signature, and here we go. And then we come back, and they want, or Malaga is trying to get Coyote for 11 million. I was like, wow, that's 3 million more. I was like, you might really want him, but I was like, no, he's too young. I'm not getting rid of him. I want him. He's gone up a lot with us. So we do come back. Canteros comes back with us saying that he would like to play for the squad. So we do accept the offer, and you can see our transfer budget is way down. We don't have any left really. So we do decide to put him into the you're gonna see actually his stamina. We do put him into the subs for now, and I was like, who do we take out? I was like, we're gonna have to take out Boss. So you're gonna see if we do sell some people, if we do, you know, what we do at the next thing. But you see his stamina is really bad, so I was like, alright, we're just gonna take Boss out. But this is gonna do it for the first episode of season 2. So overall, I think this is episode 15. So, you know, we'll see, but we will I think for the friendlies next time I will just simulate those. I mean, do you guys want me to play the friendlies or simulate them? Because I mean, I'd rather test out my players in a game like real situation, because if I test them out now in a friendly, I feel like they, you know, mentally they won't be as trying as hard. So let me know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode and the beginning of season 2 and the great signings that we made. But like I said, this has been FIFA Strike HD. If you could leave a like, that would mean a lot. If you guys aren't subscribed, I highly recommend you do. But like I said, this is FIFA Strike HD, and I will see you guys later. Peace.